Alright guys, what's going on? Connor here. I want to show you something that's going to be very beneficial to, I think, a lot of you guys. A lot of people want to know how to find stocks to trade for the day or how to get notified of stocks to trade, and I'm going to clarify some of that up for you by showing you how to set up a scanner. I want to make this as quick and as informative as possible and leave no room for questions by the end, hopefully. Basically, if you use Thinkorswim, you'd want to come up here to your scan chart and you want to go into scan. Simple as that. Right now, I have up what I personally call my two bullish, or basically my 2 or 3 bullish green candle gap scanner. The idea is this scanner will notify you of stocks that are starting to trend upwards. Leave it at that. It's pretty simple. I will go into more detail in a second. Okay, so basically, when you open up your scanner, it'll come up with some criteria like this. These are all filters for a stock, so you'll just have to hit add, but it'll usually pops up with at least 3 options here. You should enter a close and leave it, somewhere between 30 cents and $7, basically searching for stocks that are within that price range. Volume, I have mine a little low. I have mine at 200,000 because I like to be notified of stocks that are just starting to trend upwards. Once stocks make their move, that's when they're getting 500, 600, 700,000, shares of volume. I don't want to see that because then I'll miss the move. I want to know what's happening before the move, so I put in 200,000. You could make it lower. But by making it lower, you'll start getting notified of shittier and shittier stocks, and you'll have to sift through to find the good stocks. And I use a stock price change by 3% because a lot of trends start, but when they start, they're not moving upwards by 7, 8%. Usually they kind of start small sometimes, and then they get big percent gains on the big move up. Well, like I said, I want to be notified before the big moves. And you can always, test the waters with the way I have it set up, and then you can start tweaking it and, critiquing it the way that you'd like it or the way that works best for you, okay? So you should have on your stock scanner a close, a volume, and percent change. Those are the 3 categories you need. I personally have mine where the close starts at a minimum of 30 cents a share. The max is $7 a share. The volume starts at 200,000 a share, and the max is max because I don't want to put a limit on the amount of volume I get in a stock. The percent change starts at least a 3% stock, 3% change in a stock. And then there's no maximum. I don't want a maximum on the amount of percent gains I can make. And then the last thing, the most important thing you're going to need is an add study filter. So to get this bottom bar here, you'll go to add study filter. You would click in here. You go to price performance and click price direction. And you'll have the same thing as me. Now I'm going to exit out of this because I don't need it. I already have it. You're going to want to have close, increased, and then I usually have 3 bars. And then you want to have it on a 1-minute time frame because you want to be notified of a stock that's going up by the minute, You don't want to be notified of a stock once it's already moved 10 minutes later. That would just be pointless. So that's how you set up that. I hope that's enough for you guys. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You just come in here and you go up or you go down. If you want, you can make it 2 candles because sometimes I run a 2 candle gap scanner where it starts notifying me of stocks that are increasing green on 2 candles versus 3. That way I can kind of catch it by the 3rd sometimes. So that's how you do that. And then obviously you can hit scan and then it'll bring you up whatever stocks that are doing it. As of right now, none are. That are meeting my criteria. You go up here, then you would hit save scan query. And then you would name it whatever you'd like to name it. And mine's called the bullish 3 candle gap scan. And I was just notified of a stock that's gapping up by 3 positive candles. So let's see if that's anything good. Probably not. I've already looked at that stock plenty of times a day and it's bullshit. But sure, let's see. ROXC. Let's see what happened right here. It just notified me. I have this saved on a 2 candle, so it notified me of this right here. Notified me of these 2 candles going up, and that's what notified me. ADPTQ. Oh, this one made some moves today. Looked like trash. This made some good moves. That would have been a nice play today. I didn't think it was going to do so well. But then again, I mean, it's trading on terrible volume, so it wasn't, wasn't too interested in it. But see what it's doing? It's notifying me of these two candles. So imagine if you got notified of these two candles earlier in the day and you're like, you know what, there's potential. You buy in, and then you would have caught this move from 159 to 177. You could have held all day long, and now you're sitting up 50 cents a share. Now on stocks that are trading heavier volume, I wouldn't get in I would have gotten in when the price broke out. So I would have bought in right here. This is where I would have bought in. This candle itself had 40,000 in volume. So that's what that scanner does, is it notifies you of stocks that are gapping up with positive change. Like this one. This is the stock that I traded today, BCRX. I was notified when this stock did this right here. It gapped up by 2 green candles. It increased by 2 green candles, and that's what notified me. And then I knew that I wanted to jump in on this stock once it had broken its previous pre-market high, which is right here. I got in and I sold off up there. It's pretty simple. It was too obvious of a trade. So that's how you set up the 3 candle or 2 candle gap scanner. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to leave it at that. But it's a lethal scanner. You'll get updates all day long of stocks that are increasing significantly or not so significantly, but even by a little bit. But the concept is, it's quite simple, right? The scanner is going to notify you of stocks that are doing this, right? You get these 2, whatever you set your criteria at. If you set it by 2 bars or 3 bars, you'll be notified when stocks go up by 2 bars, or you'll be notified when they go up by 3 bars. But that's the simple concept behind it. It's going to start notifying you of stocks that are starting to make moves. Okay? Like this one would have notified me. I got an alert in the morning when the stock, did this one even do it? No, I probably wouldn't have gotten alerted on this. But let's look at, for example, this one would be perfect. GLYC. Everybody should have heard about this one. This thing's ripping again. Yeah, this thing always, after this big move it had these past couple days, it just started to soar. Let's do a 2-day 3-minute. But anyways, the idea, again, behind the scanner I just showed you how to set up is it would notify you of this move right here. You see this move right in here? You would have had 3 candles increasing, and then boom, it would have notified you of that. So you would have been maybe able to jump in right here. It would have notified you of a move like this, and then you would have been able to jump in right here. It would have notified you, if you keep going into the trading day more so today, it would have notified you of these 2 candles you could have got in. It would have notified you of these 3 candles and you could have got in. Obviously, you still have to pay attention to what the hell you're trading. You don't want to be trading anything. But let's see what else. You would have gotten notified, like right here, but you wouldn't want to got that because you would have got shot down real quick. You want to wait for that pullback. In which you kind of know it's on an uptrend, because if you look at, even though the price is staying consistent, it's still increasing, you know what I mean? And this is just a blatantly obvious downtrend. Like, if nobody knows that pattern by now, you got to look up on what a downtrend is. So that's the idea behind the 2 candle or 3 candle gap scanner. Use it, and then you'll love it. Oh, another thing too. The way you get it up on this side is basically, you could click this little tab and then this thing will pop over. And if you come down to the bottom to this plus sign, you just click it. All right, you'll click it and then it'll bring up, what the hell? Oh, there it goes. You want to hit add watch list, and then it'll bring up you this blank space down the bottom if you don't have anything in there already. Then you'll want to click on default, go under personal, and then that's where you should have the scanner of what you just made. And then you can click it, and then it'll now be over here. And then in your trading days, you'll start getting notifications of stocks on the side. And then a really cool tool they implemented, right? If you go up here in this little spot right here, you can make it lilac, brown, orange, maroon, purple, green, whatever one. I always do red. I just click red, and then you want to come here to your, I have to stretch this out a little bit. You want to come here, and you link them. That's what it means by linking them, right? So this is red. So when I click this, my stocks my page will turn over to the stocks that came up on my scanner, so you can go real quick and analyze the stock before it's too late, essentially. Okay, and then what else do we got here? So I mean, if I unlink it, right? If I go like this and unlink it and click it, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing to my chart. So you always want to make sure that these are linked to the chart, so that the same colors. See how these are all red, 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 red. All my scanners are all red. So that way when I click anything, it just all pop. Oh, what the hell did I click? Was that CYTR? I don't even know what I just clicked right there. Oh, damn. Look at that boy rip today. It's so sad, man. It's like you see these stocks, sometimes. And you're like, I wish I was still trading. But look at that, boy. So, for example, you see what I'm talking about? The kind of scanners that are notifying me of stocks. I don't even know when the hell I was notified of this, way early in the morning. But like I said, it would be nice to be in around here. That would have been nice to be in right there. But there's no volume. There's nothing to back it to state that it's going to shoot up like this. But look what happens. You see all the volume starting to come in when the trend is real noticeable, okay? Like me, for honestly, like it would have been hard to buy into the stock and just wait it out for the whole day. I probably would have been the guy to jump in. Oh, that was shitty. I would have been the guy to jump in right around here. When I start seeing the volume, I see the trend, I'm notified, I'm in, and then I would just ride it out, I probably would have got in, if I was watching this, what I would have done is I would have probably got in, if I was watching, you could have made a trend line right here. I'm a breakout trader, so let's look at this stock real quick. I have 2% battery on my computer, and I'm too lazy to go plug it in, so we'll make this quick. So, it's trending upwards. You're notified. You're like, I don't know if I want to buy in, I'll hold. So you mark a trend line. This is its, the highest the stock sold, right? And then it keeps trending upwards. And then just before it gets to that line, you get ready to buy. As soon as it crosses over, I'm in long, right? And now it's going. It breaks its previous high. I'm in, and then just shoots up, right? And then you'd want to sell somewhere up here because once a big move happens, there's always a sell-off. Always. Never, not never, always there is some type of sell-off. It may bounce back, but there's always a sell-off previous, and you don't know if it's going to bounce back. So you want to take your profits before that sell-off. So with that being said, you get this nice move up. I would have sold off. Okay, I got to plug it in, or else this whole video will have been for nothing. 1 second, getting the charger into the computer. I think I am, at least. Solid, we're running. All right, we're good. So, like I said, you would have had this nice move up after the breakout. And then, the next time to buy would be when the stock now breaks this previous high. So I wouldn't have bought the stock until it broke through this previous high. So, right? Now you could have gotten in a little sooner because you could have started noticing a pattern, right? If you take a line from down here, hold on 1 second. So you could have gotten in a little bit before the breakout, but you have to know the trend, right? You got to know the trend. But if you notice, the stock's been moving up all day. So, if you want to get in before this breakout, you could have drawn a line and realized that even though it's trending sideways, it's still going, you know what I mean? Even though it's not like going up, it's still trending up, right? Because it's lowers it when the, how do I explain this to make it easy to understand? Basically, if you notice, it sold down, comes up, and it sells off again, but it's not selling quite as low as its previous lows. The lows are making new highs, if that makes sense. It's selling off a little bit lower each, it's not selling as low each time it sells off, right? So it goes down, bounces up, sells off, but not quite as low. Comes up, sells off, but not quite as low. And then you can notice this trend pattern start to form a longer flag pattern, right? And then when you get that pop over your flag pattern, that would have been a buy, right? So you're increasing. So the buy would have been right here. The breakout's obvious, but you're missing a lot of the move. So you could have bought in right here. But even if you traded the breakout, look at, you trade the breakout, the simple breakout where it breaks its previous high, you're still in, you move it sideways, and you go from 60 cents, 61 cents to 64 cents, which isn't a lot, but if you buy a couple thousand shares, that's pretty good chunk of money, right? And then look what happens. You set a new high here. The stock came up, didn't break it. Now it's selling off, right? So it made its move for today. It's done. I would say it's probably done moving. But so that's that. There you go, guys. That's the video. Hope you guys like it.